Welcome back to Limbus Company, Daily Mirror Dungeon. We've got the randomizer back out. First time we're doing randomizer for Mirror Dungeon 4. I haven't really changed anything yet. It's still basically the same thing. I'll add, like, the other new quote-unquote status effects, you know, the damage types soon. And stuff like that. I've added the new ID and egos, so that's the main thing. Anyways, let's see how this goes. Okay. So you can see we've got, you know, just a random assortment of people, right, you know, decent, pretty solid IDs overall. Like, Kuroko McGregor's kind of mid. Middle Merso's, eh. But the others are pretty good. I mean, most IDs are very good, and just in general, though. And then true random EU gifts, so we'll see how that goes. And heavy armor, you only damage floor bosses with attacks hitting at least one weakness. So we're gonna need to be careful of enemy weaknesses. Actually works pretty well because we choose our own floors, so maybe we choose floors that'll have enemies that we have good things to hit with, right? We'll see. But yeah, give me a minute to build the team, and then we're gonna get into it. Alright, the team has been built, all the egos have been set, all that sort of good stuff. So let's get into it, shall we? You can see here, you know, all the, you know, egos and whatnot. See how this goes, right? I'm not too worried about messing up my Starlight bonus stuff at this point because I'm close to finishing. I mean, I think I did the math and I've got, like, what, 10 more hard runs to do and then I'll have everything. I could just wait for this week update and get refunded a bunch of stuff, but that's how it goes. Oh yeah, starting Aegis, we got Wound Cleared and Temporal Bridle. Sure thing, like, honestly, getting Wound Cleared in a run like this is stupidly good. Because, I mean, like, looking at, like, the team, like, it's mostly bleed, yeah. We've actually got 5 people with bleed on the team. We could actually get the bleed fusion gift on this run, which is kind of insane to think about because it seems super random. Unfortunate thing is we didn't get the bleed tier 1 here, so it'll be a little bit down to chance. But yeah, of course, the prescript's on the screen, heavy armor, so we're just gonna need to remember that for the bosses. That's the main thing, right? Shouldn't be too bad. We can pass this. We did not pass this. We still get the EO gift, right? No, I'm getting mixed up. It's actually, you know, not a bad check to fail, honestly. It would have been nice to get the ego resources, but I think we can live without it. As far as the actual team order, you, and you. Okay, cool. Now let's get this off of the screen. Cool. Supposed to make this smaller. That seems a little too large. I'm trying to grab it. Yeah, it doesn't need to be too big. It just needs to be there. It started as a technique to make me actually remember what it is, and I guess it's also to help you guys know what's going on too, I guess. Right? We'll see. But yeah, we've just lucked our way into a fairly solid bleed run. We can get Wound Clear plus at the end of this floor. And yeah, I mean, that's all we really need for bleed run. The fact that we could actually get a fusion gift into, like, a perfectly, like, random team is really funny. Bleed's pretty widespread, all things considered. There's a lot of IDs that have bleed that aren't necessarily great with it. Especially since, like, almost every Poise ID from Season 3 also had bleed on it. The Poise IDs we got that didn't have bleed on it were, like, LCCB Ryoshu and, like, Blade Lineage, Merso and Dawn, because Merso's technically got bleed on his counter thing, but doesn't counter it's the fusion gift, right? And it'll, you know, Sank stuff too, but, like, it is funny to think about how Season 3 had more bleed than it had Poise on the actual, like, main season IDs. Because there were, of, like, the 7 actual main, like, ones, we're just counting this, like, the 7 from the season itself, not, like, events or anything like that, then the seasonal IDs for Season 3, there were 5 Poise IDs, but 6 bleed IDs. The only ones that weren't Poise were the middle IDs, and there's 2 of them, and the only one that wasn't bleed was LCCB Ryoshu. So yeah. And, you know, it's more so, it's bleed Kanto more than Poise, if you look at it that way. Poise also, you know, had, like, basically, like, an entire, like, redevelopment then, though, so it still fits Poise better. Bleed was still Bleed was in a alright place before it. I don't know, Bleed's always been weird. I feel like Bleed, people, like, talk about being, like, the best when the game launched, and, like, it probably was simply because there was like, a single decent Bleed ID, and that's all you need, I guess, right? Because there was like Kurokuma Ryoshu, which people hyped up a lot when the game launched, I know that. And, we got N-Corp stuff shortly after, so Bleed was doing well for the first bit, I guess. But every other status effect ate much better than Bleed until Season 3, right? Until, like, other than like, in the entirety of Season 2, the only Bleed IDs we got were Hukong Lu, we got him near the end from Walpurgis. And we got, Randomizer, right? And that's all we had for Bleed. Randomizer being, you know, alright. He's good for bleed count. Not that bleed count was the issue because Nails is super nice, but still, right? Okay, we're tearing through these guys. That's pretty cool. Love to see it. The boss of this floor is going to be just only weak to blunt, so, we're going to have to see how that goes. I forgot to think of that part through when choosing the floor, despite mentioning that, you know, only a couple minutes ago, that it would be a good thing to remember. But guess that what? I didn't remember it. Silly me. That's alright. We get Wind Cleared ++. Okay, what do we have for blunt skills on this team? Not a lot. We have Middle Merceau. We've got Euro Skill 2. You have random blunt? You don't. Oh no, your skill 2 is. Okay, Shadow Cloud. Cool, that's all the blunt on this team. This might be rough. We'll see. Yeah, because of our pre-script, we can only go for blunt things here. Luckily, you can counter. It's technically Pierce, but you know, I think it's the only rules against using like actual physical stuff, right? We can suddenly one day for a little bit of more blunt. You gotta defend. Yeah, good enough, I guess. See how this goes, right? You're getting some sanity, that's nice. You weren't quite max yet. And you're, you know, the only person on this team that's got, you know, exclusively blunt skills. The other two people with blunt skills only have blunt skill 2s. So yeah, gonna be important here. I'll just remember not to choose, you know, floors that have human final bosses for the next few, because those ones are the real rough ones, I suppose. Good thing is we've got quite a bit of evasion we can do here. And that Heathcliff is, you know, a tank. Yeah, Ryoshu can just evade a bunch of stuff, Honglu can just evade a bunch of stuff, so it shouldn't be too bad. Their sanity isn't the best right now, so that's the one issue with that plan. But I think it's bearable, right? That's all we can do this turn. Good to see. Probably should have egoed or something on with someone. Don't know if we've got... What have we... I mean, we've got Body Sack, right? That's an option. We have, Sure, roll with that. Body Sack is going for the Ranway. If Body Sack goes for Guido, I'll use it. Otherwise, I'll probably just wait. We can keep on dodging and blocking and stuff. I'd like Heathcliff to get hit a little bit, simply because then his stagger bar will go away, and I don't like his stagger bar. But chances are we're gonna have too much healing stuff. Just to get a random healing Eo gift, and we'll not be able to like maintain him below that point, right? So I'm not that concerned about it. Dodge, nice. Dodge, nice. Okay, he's close to being staggered now. That's good to know. He is actually staggered if we hit him with literally anything. So, Shadow Cloud it is. And that's all we can do this turn, it seems. That's fine. The first, like I said, the first floor is going to be the only one that's actually fairly rough on this, you know, regard, right? Because every other floor... the boss will have multiple weaknesses because they will have sin weaknesses. Although, who knows? I didn't actually check our sin spread, so I don't know how well it is. Definitely making me even further regret the fact that we were not lucky enough to get the Child in a Flask from the event, because that would have been super nice in getting a bunch of resources, because we're going to need egos for some of these later fights. That's alright. It adds a little bit, you know, spice to the run, so it's always accepted. Yeah. There's a victory, though. Good enough. Good enough. Yeah, we should probably just take Coffee and Cranes. Yeah, I was gonna take Grammar Mistake. We don't really need additional bleed. We kind of need the resources more than that. Random Blunt Ego Gift? No dice. Interesting how it defaults to blunt. I chose random. And I guess because it gave me the, is it because it gave me the temporal bridle when I started the run? Because I got these two. Is it like, you started with blunt because you got a blunt ego gift? Is that what's going on? It might be. I don't know. Roll, nothing special there. I don't know which of these is going to be decent for the actual fights. If we do, like, this one, we'll have a human final fight, which, you know, not great, because, like, what can it be? It's like, I mean, it's just like the people you'd expect, right? Yeah, Nico, Morel. I think Revive Morel's also an option, but that's still Morel, so they don't bother showing his portrait there. Unloving wouldn't be particularly fun. Might just not base it on EU gifts as much. We don't have... We'll try Hell's Chicken. We'll go for that nebulizer, because, I mean, poise is always good. Shop time. Cool. Okay, you another skill 3. That's always funny. Will be actually really good for this floor boss, huh? Oh, Grand Welcome. Speaking of really good. Absolutely. And yeah, it's good enough there. Oh, pretty good floor layout here, actually. Nice. A lot of vents. If we see an event that has, you know, a fight you can do for it, and it's a fight that gives an actually decent EO gift, I will go for it. But if not, I'm not going to be too concerned, right? And of course, normal fights, once again, we can just do whatever for these. No, you know, rules there. Roll with that, sure. It's probably good enough. I'm only partially thinking through my actions for these guys, but it's floor 2, it's bongies. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Someone explodes and dies. What are the odds of that? And this is where, you know, you, like, cut, like, you, like, click, like, 30 seconds in the video and, like, Gregor's just exploded and died for some unknown reason. I get the sense that, you know, that won't happen, but it sure would be funny if it did, right? It's a lot of tails for, you know, 24 sanity, but that's fine. Them's the breaks. We killed most of them anyway, so that's cool. Do a little bit of the classic, hit them both roughly equally technique, and they should just both die. Yeah, Ingredient Hunt finishes you off. And Hong Lu probably just instantly kills this guy. I guess not instantly, huh? 9 HP left. Well, then Heathcliff finishes the job. Cool. We still need more sanity on some of our people. We really haven't been able to clash too much so far, which is funny. Carmilla. Also, you know, part of the rules I'm going to be sticking for this, for the sake of this challenge, will be that, for mass attacks and stuff, I can only go for it if everyone that's being targeted is weak to it. And mass attacks that, like, gain weight and stuff, I guess like, I can only use it if every single thing is weak to it, I guess. And stuff like Commemorative Coin, just kind of a no-go. Because then you might use an ego and it targets someone who's not weak to it. I don't know. I don't think the rules really need to be that strict, but it's another layer of challenge, which makes it fun. So I'll probably try doing something like that. If I get given Commemorative Coin for free, I don't know if I'll say no, of course, because, you know, it's Commemorative Coin. Who would say no? It's just impossible. Yeah, things are going well here. Nice to see, of course. Cook anything, this guy, 12 HP. You almost cooked him, just then and there. Which would have been funny, but that's fine. We don't really need healing, so, like, Ryoshu getting kills doesn't matter. We don't really need to throw passive here. We're doing pretty fine. Once again, like, super strategic, you know, talk doesn't need to be done for, this, since it's just floor 2 of normal. I've gotten so used to running hard as of late that, like, I don't know, I'm used to thinking that I need to, like, think super hard for some things. Or not necessarily super hard, but I need to at least put, you know, more thought than, you know, normal requires. That's how it goes, though. Because, like, I mean, like, the entire weekend I haven't recorded a single episode, because the one for Saturday I recorded Friday night, and the one for Sunday was the variety of the Tomodachi one, so... That, oh! Rusted muzzle, you say? That's pretty funny. We'll almost certainly be like a fusion gift here. We just need to make sure that we can get smoke and wires from this next floor. That's fine. Boss time, we gotta focus on weaknesses. Okay. We can cook anything new. That's pretty good. Rampage the chicken bucket. That's nice. Weak to lust. Weak to envy. Yeah, the sloth and stuff isn't great here. I guess we can sprouting bud because that's weak to pierce. But like blunt sloth, you really can't do anything here, can you? No. I guess the only thing you could do, you could screw loose wall up these guys. Just eat the count, or just eat the evade, I think. That'll work. Good enough, and you finally get a max sanity here, so that's nice. Get some good damage off too. Unfortunately, there's no bleed on it, so it doesn't trigger wound declared. And unfortunately, despite being a max sanity, you still got 2 tails. Because your coin luck has been awful so far. Sure thing, I guess. If, you know, that's how you want to play the game, you know, sure, you can just have bad rolls. I'm not bothered. Okay, we staggered the hat guy. That's something, at least, I guess. It's not great. I would have rather, you know, kill him so the protection doesn't go through, but I'm not that bothered. We've taken down the chicken bucket. That's another important thing to worry about, so it's out of the way, so, yeah. Got an envy attack this turn, so that's nice. Let's see if Send can't do anything here. The only Pierce weak part has, you know, been broken now. I might have you guys just chill then, yeah. If so, we should probably do something like this. Yeah, sure, roll with that. Sounds good. See how well we can do here. You run out of bleed, that's fine. Going first gets a bunch more bleed inflicted because, you know, stupid bleed count with the speed difference. And you take some bleed damage here, and you get staggered on the body. So that's cool. The 2 protection is not helping you nearly enough here, which is good for us. Okay. And you know, staggered enemies, I'm still counting their actual weaknesses. I'm not counting them as being staggered. But once again, that's one of those things that really doesn't actually, you know, make that big of a difference. It's just how I'm playing it for some reason. Oh, we can sever not you. That'll probably do the job, huh? Envy weak buffoon. Yeah. Because envy, lust, and slash is all we can use this turn. And we've got a lot of envy, lust, and slash in this team. So Bob Bongi, pretty good choice. You bleed to death? Cool. Sever not. Your Sandy's still awful. I don't know how you just still haven't gotten, like, a single clash off. It's a little funny, but, unfortunate, too. But yeah, this turn, everything should die out. Can't actually go for that this turn, wacky. I can cook anything, once again, it's overkill. It's funny, though, so we roll with it. And then like that. Send it. We win. Bleed. Bleed. And not bleed, but a solid punch to the throat. Nice. Sometimes a solid punch. I guess throat's the wrong word because it's a weird chicken thing, but next page up 20% is rough for I don't really need nebulizer that much. Give me the blunt. I didn't get it. That's fine. It really doesn't matter, like, in the slightest. Okay, we get smoke and wires. Cool. Miracle. We should be able to manage. Or actually, do we want to do a little bit of gambling? Oh, actually, it's a raid up on Falling Flowers. I'll do that then. This way we can actually get it. There's not a shop on this floor. I keep on forgetting, God. Well, I was gonna be like, yeah, we can roll the shop for it here. No, that's not how this works. Well, maximize offense, maybe we'll get lucky. Yeah, cool. So that no one will cry. That's our next boss. Once again, we've got some pretty good weaknesses to deal with that guy. Pride, Wrath, Blunt. That's what stuff we've got a lot of on this team. Oh, I'm a buffoon. That's the worst option to go for. Wait, gain cost? Oh, is there actually a... They made it so there's actually a benefit to winning that check now, huh? Because before, like, the Lob Corp, you know, regret guy, the failing the check was just better because you got the U-gift without the SP cost, and if you succeeded the check, you got the U-gift and lost some SP on the person you sent in. But now you lose SP and you gain cost if you win the check. So it's not like a purely negative thing to win it now. Interesting. If you got SP to spare, I suppose, then you can go for it. I mean, I guess it's nice for people like, you know, Suncliff or Grip Sinclair, right? If you want to lose some SP. Or if you want to, like, game Linton Gregor super hard, I guess. That could also work. Just, like, Fluid Sack with him next fight to get the damage up with his passive, as long as you get the Gloom Res. Once again, I don't know how many people actually, like, game around Linton Gregor's passive, though. It might be one of those things that, like, sounds cool to do, but, like, isn't actually worth it, like, in the slightest. Which I wouldn't be surprised by. It's a little bit weird, you know, lose Sandy, gain Sandy, lose Sandy, gain Sandy, so on and so forth, right? But it could do something. That guy almost killed his own unit, that would have been funny. You still have not gotten Sanity. Here we go, you finally won a clash. Don't know what's been going on with his sanity. Has he just genuinely not had the chance to clash yet? I assume that's gotta be it. Don't know what else it could have been. Oh well. Yeah, we're descending middle path. Maximize Abnos because we can get Eogis from them at a higher chance and might get Smoke and Wires. We'll be able to get it next floor shot without a doubt, but I felt like gambling because I thought it'd be funny if I could get, I think I was thinking of the next floor, I guess. I was thinking, like, oh, if I could do the shop at the start of the floor, then I could get, you know, it then, and then by the rest stop at the end of the floor, then I could make the fusion gift and get it a little bit earlier. Because if I were to actually get Smoke and Wires, what am I saying? If I were to get Smoke and Wires from the, from, like, the floor clear rewards, the next rest stop is going to be at the end of the final floor, right? Because it's at the end of floor 4. So I'll literally only gain the benefits for the final fight of, Bloody Mist. I think in general, we really don't need Bloody Mist. It's just kind of a weird flex I want to go for. So that's fine. I may have thrown that opportunity. I might just re-roll the shop for bleed gifts, you know, until we get it next floor. I'll just make sure to choose a floor that's got a decent chance of getting it. That'll probably work well enough. Yeah, double up. I don't really think I need to double up on these guys, but might as well. I'd like to make sure they're dead. You're weak to pride, so rampage as well. Cool. Yeah, using that glass bottle to you basically just like shoved the little Gloombeck into like a glass bottle, just like contained it, you know, sealed away for all of eternity. God, Kirkham McGregor still is one of like the worst missed opportunities in the game. It feels like could have been so funny, but that's fine. He deserves unique status. I can set it Blade Lineage Faust. Not gonna lie, that's all right. We still need sanity on Heathcliff, it looks like. I guess he's just been slow a lot of the time. I assume that's it. Oh no, we need sanity on Ryoshu now. I need sanity on Ryoshu. Still needed sanity on Heathcliff, so that's nice to see, but like, I don't know if it's just me, but like, I feel like there's been something weird going on with sanity this week. Like, something about this patch I feel like messed something up, and I don't know what. Maybe it's mentioned in the patch notes, I don't know. I'm actually recording this site before the patch notes have been released, so I don't know. My theory might be right, my theory might be wrong, who knows. But like, think something, it's been feeling a little janky lately. And I can't really describe exactly what it is, but like, I feel like there's certain times when you should be gaining sanity that we're not. I feel like the sanity on kill against higher level enemies has been broken. I don't know. I don't think I've been always getting it when I'm running hards and stuff, even on later floors, but maybe it's just because I'm not paying enough attention to levels and stuff, right? It could be anything. Sure, run with that. That'll work. Bloodseep sent this guy, just, you know, kill it. Nice. It's being attacked again this turn, so it's very dead. Speaking of very dead, that guy's, you know, getting cooked alive. You guys are all just very dead. Heartwarming, these guys are very dead. You didn't gain sanity here. I think these guys are lower level than us, so you shouldn't be gaining sanity, right? Yeah, 43. And we're all 45, because it's normal, so everyone's been leveled up already. Yeah. That's fine. And sprouting bud. Cool. Love to see it. Do we get Bloody Mist? Or not Bloody Mist, Smoke and Wires here? No, okay, that's fine. Like I said before, really doesn't matter that much. Doesn't make that big of a difference. It probably would have just been easier to go to the floor that needs it. Be up time to focus on a prescript. Gotta use stuff that you're weak to. Which, we've got a lot of, so it's not that big of an issue. I guess you're having a bit of an issue, but you can just fourth match flame. That'll work. Shadow Cloud, you're weak to it. Once for Blaze, you're weak to it. Yeah. It's kinda that easy. Focusing on the body, because I want to stack a bunch of bleed on the body, right? With our wound cleared shenanigans. Not quite great there, but that's fine. Rampage should set up the bleed quite nicely. Yeah. And so, fourth match flame, assuming nothing goes horribly wrong, definitely won't cause it to run out of bleed, yeah. Even if something did go horribly wrong, we still might have been fine. I don't know. I wonder if we'll inevitably get, like... This was a random idea I was thinking about, but, like... I wonder if we inevitably get, like... Fairy, if they'll make it, like, a unique bleed, right? Like, imagine Fairy being a unique bleed that's every time a coin, like, is rolled instead of just, like, a clash, right? Like, in clashes, if you clash with, like, a 3-coin skill that uses that count, that triggers, like, Fairy 3 times, or something like that, right? I don't know, it could be funny. And in case you're thinking, like, it'll be forever until we see Fairy, keep in mind that F-Corp does exist, and we are potentially heading in their vague direction. And they probably... Okay, you can't snag our boon, I gotta remember that. Can't do anything without your skill 2. Actually, you could dimension, or we don't need to, though, right? Sure, run that. That'll be decent. We're just going for Blunt and Wrath turn, yeah. But yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see Fairies because we see F-Corp at some point, right? I think that's a logical, like, conclusion to, you know, come to. That's something that might just happen, right? You're almost out of bleed. Well, it's fine, because you're gonna die to our attacks. We didn't really need to body sack here, but I wanted to, because body sack is cool. 56 HP, yeah, Merso gets the kill. Nice. Good stuff. But yeah, Fairy being unique bleed could be cool. And I say that, but, like, I might mean unique bleed in, like, maybe, like, a amplitude conversion kind of way, right? As in, it, like, replaces your current, It replaces bleed with Fairy while it's equipped or something. I don't know. Or maybe it would just be its own thing entirely. That would also make a lot of sense, but if anything, it is basically... In Ruina, it's basically just fancier bleed. Who's someone I think we can do decently against? Addicting Lust... Oh yeah, I think Addicting Lust actually will go well for us. They've got a lot of things that are weak to, like, Wrath and Pride and stuff that we have already... We've just shown stuff that we've got a lot of, right? That's Glimpse of Flames. Interesting. I'll keyword refresh for bleed. We've got a lot of cost right now. And we do get another shop at the end of the floor, so I might just, you know, wait on that one. Yeah, I'll just buy this one out. More UFs, the better. We could get smoke and wires from one of these 3 events as well, because, fourth front of the smoke war is, you know, an abnormality we can encounter, and it could be funny. It is cool how we actually do have the official name for fourth front of the smoke war, thanks to last week's patch notes, because it mentioned it there, that, you know, the check was wrong and it mentioned the Abno's name. I'm pretty sure that's what we all thought the name was, because it's, you know, the internal name and stuff, but the internal name is often, you know, slightly wrong. Kind of like how Drifting Fox was called Stray Fox internally. Same type of meaning, but just it was translated slightly differently, right? Because that's how translation works most of the time, right? It's all about, like, the slight nuances. Because sure, they're mostly the same words, but they've got slightly different meanings, right? And, you know, drifting just kind of fits oh so better to what, you know, the intent is. Translation is just wacky in general. Okay, so many of these guys are so close to staggering, and it's kind of unfortunate to see them not staggered. That person dies thanks to the contract, but probably would have died to your skill 3 anyways. Ooh, we lose this? Cool. You're neutral slash, so that's cool. You can handle it. Vengeance mark? Sure. Could do something, I guess. We'll see if it does. I didn't see who you were targeting, but it might have been the right person. If so, that could be funny. Making use of the vengeance mark. Oh no, it looks like Ryoshi's gonna kill the guy with the vengeance mark before Merso gets a chance to touch him. Oh no, maybe she doesn't kill it. If she doesn't, Merso can actually kill the guy with the vengeance mark. Cool, good job, Merso. For the family. Okay, it's just this one guy left, cool. We get the kill. And there's our victory. Starlight, absolutely. Probably be taking random EU gifts too, you know, for the chance of getting something funny. Okay, worst possible time to get this, but I'll roll with it. Because I like the ego gift, but tomorrow's fortune, if you take a look at our forecast for the future, only normal fights. The chance of getting an ego gift from a normal fight is like 5%, right? We don't actually know, because I'm pretty sure it's been tweaked a lot in the past. It was 5%, like, in Mirror Dungeon 1, I think. And I think that's the percentage I'm still going off of, because I don't know if we've got a more recent, number. I don't know if we've got a more recent statistic still. Maybe someone can find in the files or something, I don't know. If someone pokes around in the code. I don't know. A lot of random things I'm really curious on how the game calculates. I'm really curious how the game, like, assigns you gets some stuff to each floor. Because, like, I've had some funny stuff. I remember I actually had a run, I think the other day, on my own time, of course, where I got a Bloody Mist, and then I proceeded to get a second copy of Smoke and Wires, because, you know, PM managed to bug it, so you can get, you know, duplicates of stuff you already fused away, and you're not supposed to get duplicates of. I don't think it triggered twice. I'm pretty sure, you know, it didn't work like that, which is a shame. That would have been funny. No dice again, unfortunate. Like, it really makes me wonder what, like, oversight caused that. I think it was specifically because of the Abno event, right? I think that's my guess. Like, I couldn't fuse a second Bloody Mist based on my, like, theorizing, because there's not a way to get the muzzle from events, right? You can only get that from non-event sources. And my assumption is that I only was able to get the duplicate because of the event showing up. Because the event was, like... The event might have been assigned on, like, the same floor when I fused the gift or something, for all I know. If it was, like, floor 3 of the Hard Mirror Dungeon. I don't think so, though. I feel like it was, like, floor 4 or 5. So I don't think that's the reasoning. Don't think that's the reason why. I don't know. Oh yeah, there was that little thing where Millie's gonna be like posting, you know, they're gonna be officially posting through Patches of Violet soon. That's cool. It's nice to have an official one. I do like, you know, using like the fan ones and whatnot, listening to them, but once the official comes out, of course I'm gonna prioritize that one. I was gonna go for Spoken Wire, wasn't I, huh? That's fine. I've talked about this entire run, I didn't end up getting it at all. This is also, Clippity Cloppity, so... Oh no, is it? No, it's either, isn't it? They've got the... Wait a second. Clippity Cloppity and... Yeah, Clippity Cloppity and Fairy Longlegs have the exact same set of weaknesses. I don't think I've ever... I don't think I've realized that before. Huh. Weird. It's really weird. What an odd pairing. Who knows? It's funny to think about. We gotta actually focus on weaknesses, don't we? Yeah, they're all weak to Pride and Wrath, so Pride and Wrath is everything, but you know, Sloth and Slash can only go here, and Pierce can go there. Okay. That works. That works. That works. That works. That works. And that'll work. Cool. Yeah, it's a nice boss because there's quite a variety of weaknesses on this guy. Since the minions are weak to Slash, the minion guy's weak to Pierce, so that means 2 out of 3 of the damage types are always set. The other one isn't as blunt, and as long as the blunt is like a Pride or a Wrath or even a Sloth for the little guys, will be set. We'll just stack a bunch of bleed on you, and you should be able to bleed to death next turn. We'll probably do enough damage to the big guy to get Desirous triggered there, so we'll go for a bunch of skills and we can bleed him to death. That's the hope. I don't actually know if we are. I don't remember what the percentage threshold is for Desirous. That was it though, cool. And you've got 61. Alright. You're weak to Pierce. Okay, Chains of Loyalty can't actually do anything. That's an example of something that does not work for this. Funny to see. This only works for one of the minions. Pride, so that works. Pride Pierce, so that works. This skill doesn't work for anything, but we can Lenticular Rend one of these two. Cool. Run with that. Should work. We're losing a clash here. I'm not too concerned because you're going to get a bunch of bleed damage. And if you, like, stagger Hong Lu or whatever, it's the final fight. You can kill him if you feel like it. I'm not that concerned. If you want a human sacrifice, you know, go for it, right? You're dying this turn anyways. Chains of Others staggers you, probably. Although maybe not. I have noticed that the Mirrored Dungeon 4 version of Clippity Cloppity often dies before it staggers. Oh no, I think it did get stagger there, though. Because, like, the stagger bar... Its actual, like, part HP is, like, twice that of the core HP. And since the stagger bar is, like, in the middle, that's just kind of often how it seems to go. Which is funny. We Lenticular Rend you. Cool. Staggered. Just gotta kill you two now, so we should be mostly fine. You're weak to Pride. You're weak to Slash. You're weak to Pride. You're weak to Wrath. You're weak to Sloth. Cool. Run with that. Make sure we kill the top guy this turn, and bottom guy, I guess probably does survive, but got staggered. So we'll die next turn. That's kind of how I planned it out. Probably could have gone for at least one more attack on the bottom one, though. But that's fine. United Moths! Oh, the Moths we took on first floor, or second floor instead of Nebulizer. It paid off. Who would have thought? Yeah, there we go. We've dealt with the enemy's heavy armor. You do the most, yeah, checks out. What? That was a strange bug there. For a split second, it said he did 4,000 and then bar jumped down to 3,000. I assume that's because Yisung did a lot in my previous run or something. I guess it makes sense. My previous run was Rupture, so I was running Warp Yisung, so maybe that was it? I don't know. Claim rewards, give me my 182 Starlight. Pretty paltry amount. I don't even know if I can afford anything on the Starlight tree with that. Everything I've got left is 300s. I've got, like, what? 10 300s, and there's also a 400 in there. That's the current state of my Starlight tree. Let's do the daily extractions first, and then we'll look at the Starlight tree. Get that out of the way. Oh yeah, I did get a 3-star yesterday when I was doing daily extractions off screen because there's no daily mirror dungeon because I was doing, you know, it's variety day. Who did I get? Oh yeah, Lee Rodion. So I've got like 50 more Rodion shards now. Sure thing. Always nice to have. She's probably getting a 2-star soon. Just based on patterns. These two are getting stuff soon. I honestly think these two are probably going to be the people who get like the 3-star and the 2-star for the detective event. I don't know in what order though, but it could go either way. Yeah, 200, not enough. So I need these 5, 300 each for 5 of them. I need those 5. I need these 5, 300 each for all of them. Oh, these are 6 actually, huh? Why is it like that actually? Why can you get 3 defense level but only 2 off? Okay. That actually bothers me. I don't think I've noticed that before. Okay, so that's 3,300 there. And it's 3,700 because I also got to get this one. So, not a lot, all things considered. And I'm going to get like a couple, like, 1,000 free Starlight when it refunds all these to me with this week's update, so... That's pretty cool. But yeah, I think you were the star of the show today. It's the most you've done in a long, long time. But yeah. Anyways, that'll be all for this time. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!